What's up, everyone? I'm your co-host, Simon. Welcome to the first episode of our newly established podcast, Contract Crunchers, where we're going to delve deep into the growing world of contracts and financial decisions within the sports world. I'm here with my co-host, Joshua Friend.
What's up, y'all? Before we get started, I'd love to give a big special thanks to the Jason Taylor Foundation and the Careers in Sports program within Cypress Bay High School, where we both go. We're both 12th grade seniors there. And a bit about us is that we love the Dolphins, huge fans. Cry every time we win, cry every time we lose,
But no matter what, we go to all the games.
no matter what. Yeah, season ticket members. And it's a roller coaster being a Dolphins fan, you know?
It definitely is, but that's the best part about it.
Best part.
And for today, for the first episode, we want to talk about the QB market, what it's been doing for teams, all those rookie contracts out there, and also the big contract extensions that are being given out, such as Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. And yeah, let's just dive into that. Okay, so in terms of rookie QB teams that are maximizing the rookie quarterback contract,
Who come to mind? Yeah.
I think the first example that comes to mind is our team, the
The
Miami
Dolphins,
Dolphins.
the best team,
Exactly. They got Tua right now on his rookie contract.
making 7 mil a year.
Yeah, exactly. Fifth overall pick. Even as a fifth overall pick, he's only making 7 million a year.
Nothing compared to Joey B.
Exactly.
Nothing.
I mean, Joey B is still on his rookie contract, but what he's about to make is
Yeah, no,
about to be
it's crazy.
50 million.
I mean, Tua next year on his fifth-year option making 25-ish.
Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
still nothing compared to what Joey's going to be making.
Exactly. And so on this contract, they're able to bring in big name players such as
Tyreek Hill,
Exactly.
crazy. Best wide receiver in the
Yeah,
league.
and he's getting paid
30
$30 million
mil.
a year. He's at the top of his wide receiver market.
Best wide receiver in the league as,
And in addition, they're also being able to bring in offensive linemen to surround
Teron
Tua.
Armstead. Yeah,
Teron Armstead, yeah, Pro Bowler. And
amazing.
then Bradley Chubb in the middle of the season, they just trade away a first round pick and they're able to get him from the Broncos.
He's making a good a bit too.
He's making 20 million,
Yeah.
I think.
And this offseason, we also brought in Jalen Ramsey. He's making one of
Exactly.
the most in the cornerback market.
Exactly. They're able to just throw away some of these draft picks and bring in big name players and pay them the big contracts that they want
Yeah.
because they don't have to pay that much to the quarterback.
Yeah, with Patrick Mahomes, they had to get rid of either Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, or Tyreek Hill, or Chris Jones.
And obviously, they're not getting rid of their
No,
superstar quarterback, Patrick.
so they had to get rid of Tyreek Hill.
I mean, I feel like Tyreek Hill was expendable to them because Chris
How good
Jones.
Patrick Mahomes is.
Yeah, exactly. Chris Jones is anchoring defense. They can't really get rid of
No,
Chris Jones on that defensive line.
no, you can't.
But then Travis Kelce is just like taking his production.
Best tight end,
Yeah,
maybe of all time.
yeah,
Soon,
maybe.
maybe. By the end of his career, maybe.
Yeah.
And
But
the other team interested in Tyreek was the Jets, who also had a QB, Zach Wilson, on his rookie contract. So they had the money to spend for him. They had the draft picks as well.
exactly. When we're looking at the teams that are trying to get Tyreek, it was all rookie quarterback
Yeah,
teams that were at the main focus.
they
'Cause,
could make that money. They could,
yeah, they could afford paying that much money
yeah,
to a big name receiver.
and
And
it
then
made sense for them.
exactly, yeah. And then Jalen Ramsey, that was a cost-cutting move for the Rams in terms of
Yeah, because they paid Matthew Stafford big bucks,
so much money. I think 40 million,
a lot of money,
a lot of money. And then they
and they
traded
got rid
away
of all their
draft
picks
picks.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so their future. I mean, they beat the Seahawks, but their future, I don't see a future for them.
I think it might be rebuilding mode, but
Yeah,
according to the GM Les Snead over there, he's saying it's not a rebuild. We don't
I don't
know.
know. We'll see. I mean, Cooper Cup's injured, and Matthew played good, but they had Tutu Atwell and another no-name receiver play astronomically well against
Yeah. Cooper, they're calling him Cooper Cup 2.0.
who the no-name.
Yeah, the new receiver.
Yeah. Tutu, I love Tutu.
But
Great name too.
yeah, Tutu.
I love the
Great
name.
name. But in terms of being able to pay these big quarterbacks, they just couldn't do it.
Yeah,
They just couldn't do it. So who benefits from that? All these teams that
we
just
did.
have a
Yeah,
rookie quarterback. In our case, us.
yeah. I mean,
And
we also were able to pay Xavier Howard
yeah, all these
17 a
players,
year.
all these big name players, were just being able to pay. And other teams that are like giving out these big contracts extensions aren't able to even like join the market in this trade
Yeah,
market.
because they just threw their whole cap space for the next 5 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. And teams are starting to notice that.
Yeah, the Niners.
Yeah, Niners is a great example,
Yeah, we
actually.
got Brock. I mean, you never knew Brock was gonna be that good, but they also got Trey Lance. Trey Lance was gonna be on his rookie contract for a good bit. So
Exactly, exactly. They got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, great quarterback. He got them to the Super
yeah,
Bowl,
he's pretty good.
but they felt he wasn't cutting it. They wanted to become even better, put even more pieces surrounding their quarterback,
Hmm.
and so they went out. They got a seventh round pick in Brock Purdy,
Yeah,
Mr. Irrelevant,
yeah,
and
he's
then
pretty
they
good.
also got Trey Lance, third overall pick in the same draft,
Yeah,
right? And
both
so
are rookie
yeah,
contracts.
both are rookie contracts. I mean, Trey Lance has been traded to the Cowboys now.
Yeah,
That didn't work
for a
out for
fourth, yeah,
them. Yeah, for a fourth round pick, I think, conditional.
give or take, yeah. And that allowed them to pay Kittle, to pay Bosa, to pay Trent, to pay Kyle, and to get Christian McCaffrey.
It just keeps going.
They
But
have
yeah,
five of the highest paid positions
Brock,
just because they paid Brock Purdy less than
exactly.
a mil or around a mil.
Brock Purdy's last pick in the seventh round. He's
Yeah,
not getting paid a lot, maybe
no,
like 900K.
yeah,
The
the
minimum,
minimum.
the
It's the
minimum.
rookie minimum.
Exactly. And so we see that their team is like being wildly successful.
Yeah, because they have all of the talent around a decent QB. They got Debo, they got Fred Warner on the defense, they got Armstead on the defense, they got Javon Hargrave on the defense. It's crazy. They got Brandon Ayuk, who scored 2 touchdowns last week.
And they were
So
yeah, and they were able to show all these weapons in the first week of the NFL season.
yeah,
30-7 against the Steelers.
it was, and they were dominating that game.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, I think, ran the ball
Oh,
22
that
times.
we had one like big touchdown.
22, yeah, 22 carries, 152 yards, one
Yeah,
touchdown. They're able to pay Christian McCaffrey that much from they took him away from the Panthers, I believe, for a couple, maybe a first round pick. I'm not sure about
it
the
was a
draft,
second, I think.
a second round pick,
Yeah,
but they're able to pay him that much because
yeah, because of what they did wrong.
exactly,
Right. Yeah.
exactly. And then obviously they have Debo Samuel out there, went out and got 60 yards.
Mm-hmm. We got
And
Elijah Mitchell too.
exactly, exactly. Elijah Mitchell, another rookie that they don't have to pay yet.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna have to pay down the line. Elijah
They'll probably
Mitchell.
get rid of him, but
Yeah, they might. That's
because they
pretty
had
probably.
Christian, yeah,
But Brandon Ayuk went out, got 130 yards, I believe.
a lot. He balled out.
Yeah, and
Their defense was
their defense,
dominating
they
the
just have all of the highest paid players in the
yeah.
world. It seems like.
Hmm. And then I don't know if Kyle Juszczyk gets the highest paid
Yeah, he's
fullback
the highest
now.
paid fullback.
Well, they didn't the Dolphins pay Alec
Alec
Ingold?
Ingold. Yeah, but I still think
Okay, yeah,
Juszczyk is the highest paid player. And 49ers are a great example. I think everyone is predicting them to even go to the NFC Championship,
AFC,
even
NFC,
NFC,
A,
NFC,
okay, NFC,
NFC
my bad.
Championship, get to the Super Bowl, maybe even win the Super Bowl. All the pundits are putting them there.
All right, so moving on to another team that has basically used their rookie contract for on their QB very well has been none other than the Chargers. They paid Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Keenan Allen, Derwin James, the highest paid safety, I believe, Mike Williams, and they went out and got Corey Linsley, the center from the Packers, and they basically made all of these moves in 1 or 2 off seasons when Justin Herbert was making what the sixth overall pick, right behind Tua,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
6 mil, not
yeah,
even.
yeah, yeah.
So
He's a sixth overall pick, so he's not going to be that different from what
yeah,
Tua is making.
give or take
Six
7.
man.
Yeah, I mean they were always projected to go. I mean to maybe the playoffs, no 100% the playoffs,
I
but
do think the Chargers, the GM of the Chargers, was very successful in
yeah.
building a team around Justin Herbert.
100%. They
I feel
did.
like these are
They
really
did
good
really good.
players at this time. I feel like if people are going to say, "Oh yeah, the Chargers haven't done anything in the playoffs,"
That's coaching
which
Brandon
is true,
Staley.
but I do think
But
that
the
is
players they have got have been are really top players.
exactly. I do believe that the reason they haven't gone far in the playoffs has been because of their coaching problems.
Yeah,
Everyone knows Brandon Staley is like on the hot seat for this season, but they have brought in a new offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore this year,
yeah. I mean,
and
they didn't play bad when they were playing with Dolphins. Like that was a close game.
they only lost by 2 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should have
and
been 3, but it was 2 points.
exactly. I think the offense was firing on all cylinders
Yeah,
for
and the defense was a bit lost, but I mean, the Dolphins.
Yeah,
You can't really do much about that.
exactly. The speedsters out there, I feel like they were a big gas towards the end.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you can't cover Tyreek and Waddle
Tyreek
in the
Waddle,
same day.
Raheem Mostert,
Yeah,
everyone's just a speedster on that team. It makes sense, but they were still able to put up 36 points with that new offensive
yeah. I
line.
mean, and JC got a pick, I believe.
Yeah. I do believe that if the defense turns the page, the Chargers will be a wildly successful team.
100%. We
Yeah,
couldn't stop them.
yeah.
Austin Eckler was going all over us.
Austin
A
Eckler and
big
even
touchdown.
even the second string running back Josh
Yeah,
Kelly.
Joshua Kelly out of
I think they were
UCLA.
averaging 6 yards per game per carry
Yeah,
that game.
we were not either. We weren't playing good, or their
Yeah,
offense is really good.
it's one of the two for
It's a
sure.
mixture of both for sure. I mean, they like Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. They didn't have a huge game against us, but listen, Austin Eckler, he
There's
had
there
116 yards, give or
yeah.
take, a
There's
touchdown.
there's still big players on this team. There's still big players in the NFL.
Yeah,
When you think about great wide receivers in the NFL, you think about Keenan
yeah,
Allen. Keenan Allen is
100%.
definitely one in there.
Yeah,
And then I would say Austin Eckler. When you're thinking of your first overall pick for fantasy,
fantasy. Yeah, there
who are
you
you
go,
thinking? Austin Eckler. He's also a
100%.
big name in the NFL.
And Christian McCaffrey, but Austin Eckler maybe the second overall pick.
Yeah, but they're able to pay these big players. I mean, Austin Eckler, that's a touchy topic right now. He does have a contract right now. I
Yeah,
believe
but
they're
it's
paying him.
not. It's like
Uh,
9 mil. Not. It's a
yeah,
lot of money, but for us, but for them, they should be
uh,
paying more.
comparatively not a lot,
Yeah,
but they're still able to pay these players. But getting to where you have to pay QBs in the future, they gave out this large extension to Justin Herbert. I believe it was 5 years, $260
yeah,
million
around
dollars.
52.5 per year.
Exactly, and
So
so
they're not going to be able to pay. Like when Derwin James, his contract expires, he can't get repaid. He's going to have to look in the rough,
exactly,
or they
and
have to make a big decision.
Khalil Mack as well.
Khalil Mack, yeah, Joey Bosa. I mean, he's had an off season last year.
That's why they're already hesitant to pay these large contracts to players, such as a depreciating market in
Yeah,
running backs. They're scared to pay Austin Eckler.
yeah,
I mean, they just feel like Austin Eckler is a great player. Don't get me
great,
wrong, but
amazing.
for what he wants, he probably wants
15.
10 to 15 million.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. They just feel like with how much money they're paying their quarterback,
they can't afford it
they could go get a running back in the market
in the draft.
in the draft. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
in the draft and be
which
successful.
they
And
have with Joshua Kelly.
that,
He's pretty good.
that's not really something they can afford to pay a premium in right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, for now, they're able to invest in these large players.
But when the contract kicks in, they're really they're digging themselves a big hole.
Exactly. And you see a literal carbon copy model of this with
Yeah,
the
with the
Bengals.
bank,
The Bengals have Joe Burrow, great quarterback,
amazing.
first overall pick.
Swaggy, Joe Shiesty, love him.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But he's getting paid. He's getting paid like $10 million this year. He's still on his rookie
Yeah.
contract.
So they're able to make some mad moves, not much. They got Trey Hendrickson, DJ Reader, and Orlando Brown, which pretty
Yeah.
solid role
I
players.
think there was an
Big name
offseason 2 years
players.
ago where they just went, you know,
Yeah,
what free agent
they
signing.
got Chip Awuzie.
Yeah, nobody was
Yeah,
yeah.
hard name to pronounce, but
And
pretty good cornerback.
exactly, and then they got another quarterback too. They got Mike Hilton from
Hmm.
who is great slot
Yeah,
cornerback. And I just think
Eli Apple, I think,
Eli Apple,
from the Giants.
yeah.
Maybe.
Eli Apple was their cornerback one during the Super Bowl, I
Now we
believe.
got them. We got them.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
was also
same
two
team
after.
as Tyreek Hill. Love the beef.
Yeah, but I do believe that some of these players are just like, oh, we can just see it with their receivers. They
Yeah,
have
T Higgins.
Jamar Chase and T Higgins. Yeah,
Jamar Chase is gonna want 35 with Tyreek getting 30 mil. Maybe 2 years from now, Jamar is gonna get paid
yeah,
32 at least.
exactly.
I mean, they're not gonna be able to pay 32 for Jamar Chase and 50, 52 or whatever for Joey B. It's just not possible. They're gonna have to make a decision, or one of them is gonna have to take a pay cut, and they can't take on T Higgins 2 game, probably pay 20 mil.
Yeah, and you can't expect your players to just automatically want to take a pay
Yeah,
cut. They want to look out for themselves too.
I mean, with how they played on Sunday, maybe maybe they want to change teams, but because
I mean,
it was an off
yeah,
game for sure.
I do believe it was
They're
an
gonna
off
bounce
game
back,
because
but.
Joe Burrow is not a guy that only
82
throws for
yards.
82 yards.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
he's 100% gonna bounce back. Hopefully, no,
yeah, but
for sure,
3 points is just not something that's sustainable for him. I
no,
do believe it is going to be way more than three
not at
points in
all.
the future.
67 yards. Yeah,
67.
no, that's not 82, 82,
Yeah.
17 yards. Yeah,
And the rating was like I believe yeah, the rating was a QB rating was 22.8. I believe Joe Burrow, not Josh, Joe
yeah,
Burrow, I believe every single game last year he almost got like over 100 in terms of QB
yeah,
rating. So I do believe this was an off game.
yeah. He was on point last year.
Yeah. But to think that the contract that they just gave to Joe Burrow is going to be sustainable for them to also pay T.
T.
Higgins,
Higgins and Jamar Chase
it's
and
just,
Tyler Boyd maybe and
yeah,
Joe Mixon. I don't know if he got paid yet.
yeah, but paying all of them just isn't going to be sustainable. I do believe they're going to have to make a decision regarding
Yeah,
T.
I
Higgins.
mean Joey B. He deserves it for how he's been playing, but it's a tough
Yeah.
position they're in now.
I mean, logically thinking, between T. Higgins and Jamar
Jamar,
Chase.
you're choosing Jamar all the way,
Exactly.
but it's
Exactly.
still, Jamar just being the only wide receiver one without T is it's going to be tough because it always helps to have a good WR2, but
Agreed. Agreed for
he's
sure.
he's definitely the better what's his name, better wide receiver on that team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then,
Speaking of wide receivers,
speaking of wide receivers,
boy, did the Chiefs have none.
they do have a problem there.
Darius Tony, I mean,
Yes, he couldn't catch anything.
he gets wide open every time, but can never
He's
catch.
a speedster. I mean, he reminds me of Jalen Waddle in
Yeah,
terms of speed, but
he's shifty, he's amazing, but he can't catch.
the
He can't
hands are
catch.
just
He
not
can't
there.
catch.
The hands are not just not there.
Yeah, he caused a pick six versus the
Exactly.
Lions.
I do think the Patrick Mahomes contract is one that is very team
Oh, it
friendly
was so good because
because
now he's like the ninth highest paid um QB while being maybe the best QB there is.
exactly, but it's just going to keep dropping down in terms of years as the quarterback market keeps
Yeah.
increasing and
So when he gets
increasing.
the extension, it'll probably maybe be like 60 mil,
Yeah,
give or
yeah,
take.
yeah, yeah,
And he deserves it, but you're not going to be able to keep a Travis Kelce and a Chris Jones and whatever O lineman they're paying.
exactly. And then coming back to Tyreek Hill, they had to lose
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill
they can't
because
pay up for amazing players.
yeah, looking between those four players, I mean, Travis Kelce bleeds Kansas City colors.
Hmm.
Couldn't take him out.
No,
Patrick Mahomes, he has the ability to just turn any situation with any players good. You can't just take a superstar quarterback out like that.
no,
And then Chris Jones, anchor
he's
of the
the
defensive line,
anchor. Yeah,
is going to take him out. And then
Travis.
he's
I mean, Tyreek Hill is the only like affordable player that you could get rid of.
exactly. And Travis Kelsey is in that tight end market. You have to remember. I think he's only getting paid 15 to 16
Yeah,
mil.
no, it's very cheap for what he's doing. The productivity that he's giving
Exactly.
the Chiefs, it's crazy.
Exactly.
And besides Travis Kelce and Tony, Kadarius Tony, they have no other wide receivers I can think of. MVS, Marcos Valdez, Scanning,
Scaling.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
tough thing.
yeah.
But besides that, I mean, it's crazy. Then like, it's just you can't sustain so many players like the Tyreeks of the world, the Chris Jones, that I mean, and then MVS only had 48 receiving yards, so it's not like he's balling out. And yeah, you had to lose
Yeah,
one.
I mean, when you look at their receivers right now, their number one and number two wide receiver. I think their best receiver that game was Rashee Rice, and I'm pretty sure he's a second round pick rookie.
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that. And then they have Kadarius Toney, both on their rookie contracts.
you.
Very, very cheap. That's what they have to do though,
Yeah,
in order to accommodate
and all their
Mahomes'
tight
numbers.
ends are also on rookie contracts.
Yeah, um, and then we look at that
Isaac Pacheco.
as a Pacheco. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We look at that and we see that they just can't pay players that much. But I don't know. It is a touchy topic because I mean they've won Super Bowls
Yeah,
with
and without him,
Patrick Mahomes on the rookie contract and without Patrick Mahomes on
and
off.
with and without Tyreek Hill.
He's just a great player. I mean, doesn't really matter for them almost.
No,
But
with their Andy Reid with their coaching, they're fine.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think if we had to put out an exception
It's the
to this,
Chiefs.
Chiefs,
Andy
yeah,
Reid, everyone like you can't say that they're doing
great,
bad.
great
They're a
organization.
great organization.
Not so much of a great organization.
The Cardinals, oof,
New coach,
new
new
management,
GM.
everything.
They had to get rid of that old GM.
Overpaying for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Steve Kime, I
with
believe.
that clause in his contract, can't play video games. That was pretty
Yeah.
funny. That's pretty good.
And this little myth that he had to watch film or something, or he
Yeah,
had to write
yeah.
down his contract. But
They're
Kyler Murray,
rebuilding.
Kyler Murray, large contract. I believe it's if
Around
I'm not mistaken.
38,
Yeah,
32.
yeah, yeah. It's a large contract.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
you can't build much around that, especially if you're rebuilding.
yeah, yeah. I don't think you can. When you're rebuilding, you obviously don't want a high cost quarterback.
No, that's why this year, I mean, they're probably gonna
They
win like 2 games, three
exactly.
games. They're gonna get
And then
if
it's
Caleb Williams goes to the draft, they'll probably get Caleb Williams, drop Kyler Murray.
going to be a large decision on whether they want to take a quarterback or not.
No, they
And
will for sure.
yeah, with new management coming in, Jonathan
And
Gannon.
if Caleb Williams goes to the draft, he's a generational talent. He will should turn that team around because from what we've seen him at USC, he's a baller.
Exactly, exactly. And
And you could build around him for 4+ years until you have to pay him 60, 50 million if he's worth that.
yeah, we just see a large contract, something that just GMs do not want right now. They just always want that rookie
Yeah,
contract. If things aren't working, let's just put it this way: if you're paying out a large contract to a quarterback, you want to make sure they're elite.
yeah,
And
like
Kyler,
Patrick Mahomes.
exactly, exactly. Those are justified.
Kyler was never that level,
Justin Herbert, I feel like is also justified. That might be
not
debatable.
completely.
That
Two
might,
was still better, but not
yeah.
completely. We're a bit biased, but
But Joe Burrow, I think that's not even a debate. That's
no, that was he was
no
Super
matter
Bowl second year in the league.
exactly. No matter
100%.
how
He
much
was
you
your
pay
guy.
for that, it's just justified.
Yeah, that's fair.
But really can't justify Kyler Murray's contract when
No,
he hasn't shown the ability. Don't get me wrong, he has
great
all the
player, great
talent to be
plays.
elite. First overall
Yeah,
pick, you get there by having talent.
yeah. He's a great player, great athlete in general. He was picked in the MLB draft. He's hit stingers, throws touchdowns like left and right. He's a bit
Exactly.
short,
Yeah.
but nothing against the guy.
Nothing against the guy at all. Short king stand. But I do believe that when you're giving out that big of a contract,
It has to be
it
for
has to be to
someone.
an elite QB, someone who's shown they can be elite QB,
An
not
Aaron
just
Rodgers, a Patrick Mahomes, a
hmm
Joey B, a
exactly.
Tua soon.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Tua with 466 pass yards. I feel
Yeah,
like if he maintains that all season long, I feel like
MVP.
yeah, MVP, but
You heard
also
it here first, guys. On Contract Crunchers, MVP Tua.
yep.
Put $100 on it.
But that large contract that's probably going to be given to him is going to be justified as
Yeah,
well. This Kyler Murray contract is a hard pill to swallow.
it is.
It is.
It's especially with new management. It's you
Yeah,
can't.
they're not the one who made that decision. They're just gonna want to get rid of that. It's not like their jobs are gonna be at risk if they get rid of that contract because
Yeah, they're
they weren't the ones who handed that one out.
it was a bad contract,
Exactly,
bad decision.
exactly.
But
So they're just gonna.
sometimes you just have to cut your losses, and that's what they should do if they get the number one pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And
But
then another team that has been struggling lately, 40-0, none other than the New York Giants. Daniel Jones got paid 40 million, give or take.
yeah, 40
They
million
brought in Darren Waller.
for 4 years. That's a large contract right
Yeah,
there for Daniel Jones. But yeah, they brought in
paid Saquon 1 year deal. Not
exactly
too much though, around 10 or
around
11.
10. Yeah, talking about that running back
Yeah,
market, I feel like that's another
another episode.
for
Stay
sure.
tuned.
But that thing's depreciated,
Yeah,
and I do believe the Giants. I don't know. They may be a great example of this, may not be, but during that rookie contract, I feel like
they didn't do that much.
yeah, they didn't really,
They
and
had
even
rookie wide receivers. They didn't have much talent around Daniel Jones when he was a rookie.
exactly. And
They had a good defense.
I feel the defense was great,
Really
and
good. Yeah.
I feel like the contracts that they handed out were also like failures. You see Kenny Galladay. I mean,
Oh, that he.
man,
Yeah, that was so.
large contract. And what is he
That
doing right
was
now?
bad.
He cannot catch a ball.
I think he's not even on the Giants anymore, is he?
No, no,
Yeah.
no. They
Yeah.
traded. He got to some other team. I don't even remember who.
Yeah,
But
that was a bad contract.
definitely, definitely. But I feel like even what made the defense good was a lot of rookie contracts out there.
Yeah, they had
Dexter
Leonard
Lawrence.
Williams.
Yeah, Leonard Williams. I feel like they paid him.
They paid him a
Leonard,
lot, but they
but
have
Dexter
Xavier
Lawrence.
McKinney,
Yeah, rookie
second
contract.
round pick. Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence,
Hmm.
rookie or not rookie, but rookie contract.
Yeah.
It's just
I thought he got paid soon. I think he
yeah.
got paid
I feel like they could have invested more on their team. Maybe like
on the offense.
manage the cap a little bit so that they could have brought in some big players.
Yeah.
But they were still able to make the playoffs. So who am I to say?
I mean, they won the first game of the playoffs,
Yeah, yeah,
so they thought paying him was justified, but you know,
yeah.
the first game doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe Cowboy fans, it's your year this year. Maybe, probably not, but maybe
Every year is their year
every
apparently.
year.
But 40 million to a quarterback isn't justifiable if he can't score a single point. I'm not putting it all on him, but if you can't get a point as
Yeah,
the offense after getting a 4-year, $160 million contract, it brings up the discussion: is it really justified? And then the team's going to want to explore outside options. They're going
yeah.
to want to bring in a rookie quarterback, a rookie
So they could
contract.
build around them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, the fantasy owners of Daniel Jones are not that happy today.
No, not at all.
No,
I feel like there's not a lot of fantasy owners for
for
Daniel
Daniel Jones,
Jones either, though.
but like the few that exist,
Sorry, Giants fans.
the Giants fans that only own them.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like another example of the Giants model, sort of to speak, is the Ravens.
Yeah,
I feel like they're never
they're
like
a better team. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
but
But
they
then
paid Lamar. They only get rookie wide receivers with Zay Flowers, my
yeah,
bad, and the rookie running backs J.K. Dobbins. They got Marquise Brown a couple years back, and
a year ago,
a year
I
ago.
do believe. Yeah, I believe this year is his first year. Or no,
No,
no, they
he
got
was drafted when he was drafted. I think no,
yeah, yeah. But
a year before, a year after.
he got traded to the Cardinals
Yeah, yeah,
this year.
yeah. And then OBJ, 30-year-old, give or take. I think that's the only wide receiver they have paid in a while. Like they don't
Yeah,
pay any wide receivers
when you think of teams that are like
cheap.
going in the free agent market and really just going out and getting the big market players,
Not the Ravens.
the Ravens is not somebody
Not the
you think of.
Ravens.
So I don't feel like they really. I don't think it's a great example of how they really
They're
maximize
just a
Lamar Jackson's
cheap,
contract.
low, like they're a small market team.
Yeah, they are a small
Yeah.
market team,
I was
and
surprised they paid Lamar that much.
yeah, yeah, I thought they were just
I
gonna
mean,
let
he
him go.
deserves 100% with his
Exactly.
MVP season.
He
I mean,
has shown he's justified. He's elite,
yeah,
so he deserves that contract. But then you can't really pay players.
yeah.
I mean, not that they were going to in the first place.
But if you wanted to,
Yeah, if you wanted to, you
they
really
have a good
could.
defense though. I
Yeah,
mean, they pay a couple players on the defense, but offense they don't really pay too much money there.
yeah, yeah. And then an example of somebody who's booming right now,
Hmm.
Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, what's up?
Dak's getting paid a lot. He's getting paid,
40
I
mil
believe
a
40
year.
million a year. Yeah, same exact
Daniel
contract as
Jones.
Daniel Jones. I mean, not in the same exact details, but it is a 4-year, $160
Yeah,
million contract. But because of that large contract,
they had to get rid of Elliott. They had to get rid of Amari Cooper. They couldn't sustain a top like three amazing players with what they're paying Dak. So they cut Elliott. They traded Cooper to the Browns, and now I mean they have CD. They still have a lot of talent. They have Michael Gallup. They have Tony Pollard. They got another short king. What's his name? Deuce Vaughn.
Juice one.
I
Yep.
mean, they have a lot of talent who are on their cheap contracts. Michael Gallup is not getting paid too much. I think he might be on the rookie contract.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about that
CD
one.
Lamb's still on his rookie contract. He should be getting paid soon.
Should be,
He should
but
be. He might not.
they're not being able to give out that
Yeah,
contract yet to CD
because
Lamb because of tax contract. But then with Elliott getting into Elliott and Cooper, great
Amazing.
players, amazing.
I
But
think they're falling off towards the end,
Elliott and
but they're
Cooper,
still really productive.
yeah, they weren't performing to a standard where it was
To
justifiable
pay them that
to
much.
pay them that much and then maybe like lose some depth on, lose some
To
depth
be,
because of their
yeah,
contracts. So they just had to ship them away.
yeah.
Um, Cooper got shipped away to the Browns.
I mean, it worked in their favor. I mean, they blew out the Cowboys.
40-0. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Their their defense really. Stephon Gilmore, new addition this year. He balled out. He got the interception.
Yeah.
Trevon Diggs.
Yeah.
They have a great defense,
Yeah.
really.
But as you get into those as you go, as you like pay those big QBs, those big name
The big
QBs,
name QBs
you have to get rid of players that are not performing to the standard to
that you
which
paid them
it's
for.
just how it is.
Yeah,
And then every single time you pay somebody, some depth is gone.
yeah. A
So
lot of them.
yeah, exactly. So they just couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So Elliott went to the
So they
Cowboys.
brought in
Elliott
the
went to the
rookies.
Pats, and then Cooper went
Yeah,
to
is
the
he doing
Browns.
anything for the Pats? We'll see. We'll see this Sunday night when we play them.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't think he did anything too great
Yeah, no.
last week. I do believe Ramondre Stevenson is their number one
Yeah,
running back.
he's the RB1 for sure.
Yeah, and then
Another team that really paid their QBs royally is the Broncos. They traded for him, I believe, like a couple first round picks.
Russell Wilson, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
they paid two, three first round picks. Noah
Yeah.
Fant, Drew Lock.
No thanks. Great tight end.
Yeah,
Had to just give him away.
not the best, but he's probably a top 10 tight end.
Yeah. I mean, they invested a first round pick
Yeah,
in No Fant a couple years back on his rookie contract.
yeah. And
So
when they had Russell, I mean, he was making what 40, 48, 40-ish mil a year. So they had to trade Bradley Chubb to the Dolphins. We got him.
yeah, I mean Russell Wilson, not even 40 million, it's almost 50 million for how
Yeah,
much they're paying him. It's
yeah.
insane. It's insane. But because of that, they had to trade away Chubb, like
They weren't that big in free agency this year.
you said. Mm-mm.
So, I mean, they're very stagnant. And last year, I mean, what? They didn't do anything. They had, I think the most amount of points they scored in a game was like maybe 12. Their
Yeah.
defense was killer.
And think about a team that's in a I mean, they got Sean Payton right now. Maybe they could turn a page, but narrowly winning to the Titans, I think it was, or no, they lost to the Raiders, 17-16. This
Yeah,
this week they made big additions and they couldn't even win to the Raiders. Which I'm not saying the Raiders are a bad team, but
yeah. I
no
mean,
critics are looking at them as a surefire playoff team
yeah, I mean,
anymore.
and like, it's not like the Broncos also they have good wide receivers. They have Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, another wide receiver that got injured in camp again. And they have great wide receivers
Yeah,
on
I
cheap
I
contracts.
don't believe Jerry Judy played that game
No,
because
he was out. He was out.
he was out.
I think
But
he's in next game though.
in the next game,
Yeah,
okay,
I
but
won fantasy,
that's
so
why I was like, why do you know about Jerry
I
Judy so
accidentally
well?
started him.
But
That was bad. Yeah, I lost. Yeah,
once you give that much up for a QB and they're
you
not
can't pay.
performing that well, you're kind of in a deadlock
Yeah,
almost. You can't cut him because you gave him so much guaranteed money. You can't trade him away
no
because
one's gonna want him.
who wants that?
No,
It's not even about wanting him. Who wants
the
that large of a
contract.
contract on their books?
Yeah,
Maybe like a rebuilding team. Maybe
not even.
yeah,
I think just cut him
yeah.
and buy him out.
It's basically a deadlock
Yeah,
almost. But
can't do anything.
they kind of just have to get the right coach. They got Sean Payton, for
I
example.
mean, he did a onside kick the first play of the game.
Did they?
Yeah, that was. I mean, they
That was a
almost
smart
got it.
decision.
They
But
almost got it.
clearly, it's not. I would say it's not. It didn't work out for them last
No,
year. Hopefully, it works out for them. I'm really hoping for them it works out this year.
not week 3 though.
Clearly
Week
it
3,
didn't.
it can't work out for them.
What?
We played them.
We play them?
Yeah,
All
we
right,
home game.
for sure, for sure.
We'll be there.
But week one
Didn't
didn't
work
really
out.
show
No,
it like it worked out.
no.
But
Another team that worked out week 1,
worked out week one
the
was the Browns.
Browns
They gave up a
for
lot to the
Deshaun.
Texans for Deshaun Watson. They gave him so much guaranteed money as well.
Hmm.
So can't cut him again.
No,
Can't trade him.
no. Can't do anything.
Yeah, you're in a
Another
deadlock.
deadlock.
But
He played good. He
exactly.
played really good.
They play really
Oh, he's
good.
making 46 mil a year.
24-3 against the Bengals.
I mean, the
That's a
Bengals didn't show up like they were still in the locker room when they were
exactly.
playing.
I don't know if
But kind of like a rushing touchdown.
I
Deshaun
mean
played pretty good.
giving beating the Bengals in itself, whether it's an off day or a good day, is still an
Is
impressive
yeah.
feat. But
I mean, they're able to pay Miles Garrett still,
they're gonna need this to be sustainable because
and it
they
might not
really,
be.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Deshaun Watson was looking really, really bad. I want to say last season, but
Yeah,
that's because maybe
he
it
was
was
a bit
Russ.
rusty.
Maybe it was Russ. But this season, they're gonna need Deshaun Watson to be that guy because they really have no other option.
Yeah,
Maybe they could bring it back to the rookie quarterback market. They don't have to pay that much for a rookie quarterback if Deshaun Watson is really like doing bad. So maybe they're gonna have to look for a rookie quarterback if he
yeah.
can't perform. But
Or
yeah,
make a decision in the future whether they pay Miles Garrett another extension or whether they pay Amari Cooper. I don't know how much to pay Amari Cooper now, but can't be too much. I mean, they had to pay Nick Chubb eventually too, unless that running back market depletes even more.
not running back market. I
Yeah,
mean, great players, but they're just really not getting paid.
yeah, what they
Paid.
deserve.
Yeah,
I mean, they're putting their life on the line.
exactly, exactly. I mean, that's for another episode. We don't want
Yeah,
to get too much into that.
stay tuned, guys.
But I feel like this is an overall look at the quarterback market, and it's made a huge impact on
Yeah,
what teams can and can do on their roster. And yeah, that's really it for what we want to talk
yeah, we're
about.
just showing that some GMs such as Chris Greer, John Lynch have been smart, and others such as I don't know Jerry Jones. No, he's been but he paid. Jerry
Yeah,
Jones
yeah.
not the
No,
best.
some teams have really worked it out with their rookie quarterbacks. Some teams have worked it out with their high-paid quarterbacks. But
Patrick Mahomes, yeah,
is it really worth
sustainable.
it? And
Yeah,
is it really
for
sustainable?
the future.
Yeah, yeah, and
Only time will tell.
yeah, yeah.
Only time will tell.
We hope to see you guys on our next episode where we analyze the running back market, as we said. So stay
Stay tuned,
tuned, guys.
guys. And for any future episodes you guys want to hear, just shout us out, and we'll make it possible.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
Peace out.